welcome to the Daily Brew. I kind of feel like the last week in the weekend, the big news is Taylor Swift. Is she getting married? Everybody keeps talking about it.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Me too. What's happening, Claire?
You know, I happen to think that the Madison Square Garden theory, I think it's a decoy. Personally, there's a lot of people on TikTok saying it's not, but you know, with Taylor, you just never know what she has up her sleeve. So it's hard to say. I think it's possible.
Yeah, it can't be that simple. Like, you know, several of the Chiefs players booking rooms there, the police saying, you know, they have permits to shut down some streets. That's too obvious because she likes to trick people.
She does.
So
yeah,
it's something different. Danny, what's your theory?
I don't know. I'm with Claire. Claire is probably the biggest expert here, so we'll go with Claire's idea. Now, Claire, my question is, I don't know if you know much about like Taylor's like background. Where do you think she would possibly go? Do you think for a wedding?
Ooh, you know, I gotta go with Rhode Island.
Oh.
I think Rhode Island. I mean, she's got
Like
the
a beach
iconic
wedding.
house, a beach wedding. I could totally see it being in June or July. There's a lot of people saying that the Madison Square Garden theory may be the reception party and that the ceremony is going to be private beforehand. So
I believe
that could also be a possibility.
I'm with you, Danny. I'm just ready for it to happen and get it over with so we can move on.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, Joe and I always talk about this. Like, we're very happy for Taylor and Travis, obviously.
Absolutely.
But in terms of like edge of our seat, yeah, it's a wedding.
But everybody's interested in it, so I'm interested in it. I want to know what's going to
I
happen.
mean, you got to be. I mean, especially, you know, when Princess Diana got married, I mean, that was huge. Who was the recent prince that got married? Was that Prince
Harry?
Harry, yeah. So, like, everyone's involved in, you know, famous, you know, British royalty or big celebrities. For me, it's just kind of like, I'm happy for them. I mean, I'm going to get married myself later next year, but
You might need to know how to dodge the paparazzi, Danny.
Yeah.
that won't be an issue. Come on,
You don't think so? Come on. We got a top secret wedding for Danny.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that under low because we're not that popular, and yeah, we don't have to deal with what Taylor and Travis are gonna deal with.
Oh, you never know, Danny. It could be the wedding of the century.
Could be.
Joe, if that happens, I will personally say on air how wrong I was.
Okay. All right, we'll see. All right, let's talk about this. Passengers were back on the highway to hell as Poland's most controversial bus route returned, okay? 666 is the bus number.
That's nice.
And it's sort of like a summer destination route, which is hell there. They took it away because, you know, some Christians associate that with the devil and hell. They took it away, but a company who bought it brought it back since 2023, and it's sort of resurrected a lot of interest in the destination. It's Hell Peninsula, a popular summer vacation spot. So, where it is, would you guys get on the bus to hell?
You know, I mean, if it's to a popular summer vacation spot,
Right?
it doesn't really sound like HE double hockey sticks to me.
Yeah, and there's only one L. There's not two.
Right.
There's only one L on there, so I think we're okay. It also kind of reminds me of like the 666. So I wasn't quite old enough. I mean, this might date me a little bit. Wasn't quite old enough to remember this, but like remember from like the mid 2000s to the early 2010s, everyone thought every single year was gonna be the end of the world. So Y2K, like June 6, 2006 was another one. December 21st, 2012. It kind of like just brought back those memories of like it seemed like every year, all right, the world's gonna end this year.
Yeah.
And that hopefully wouldn't lead us to that direction if I hopped in that bus. But like Claire said, if it's gonna give us a nice spot, it's not directly associated with the underworld. Why not?
Why not? Why not? I'm always up for a good vacation. All right, this one a little bit alarming, a bit of a mystery too. There was a Florida family. Let's take a look. They were reunited with their 13-year-old Shih Tzu, Apollo, okay? He had been missing for months. He got out of the gate. Turns out a shelter in New York called this Florida family and said, hey, we have your dog here because he has a microchip. You want to come get him? Of course they did. They flew and they got him, okay? So he's been reunited. Since then, they had a baby and everything. Apollo was their baby. They said, okay, well, whoever took Apollo from our neighborhood and took him to New York, we want to press charges. And police said, well, sorry, you can't do that because the people who found him near your street asked one person, the neighbor next door, hey, you know whose dog this is? They didn't know, so they took Apollo. So since they tried, there's no crime here.
Interesting.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
my question is, if he was microchipped, how was he missing for months? You know, I think that's a long, it's not only a long way to take a dog, but that's a long time to keep a dog.
I'm thinking if they can try and ask, hey, do you know where this dog belongs? You can try and get him scanned.
Right.
Microchip.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, no crime here, but what constitutes trying enough?
Yeah, that's kind of a gray line. And I know, Joe, if your Shih Tzu win this thing, you go John Wick and make sure you get your
bet.
dog back.
Everybody's going down. Like I'm taking everybody out in my path too, until I bring them home for sure. I would be really upset though that there wouldn't be anything that you could do.
Yeah, and I know like probably like legally, like you said, there's just kind of that gray area. But yeah, as like the dog owner, you're like, really? Like there's not anything we can do?
Because
like,
you take every step you possibly can to make sure they come back home, which is microchip them, right? And then the person who picks them up doesn't try that avenue and then carries them halfway across the country.
That's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and they renamed the dog as well, but the family there who he belonged to said that Apollo was their baby for 13 years until they had kids. And it's just sad. It's because they're a member of the family, right? They're like your kids.
They are.
But they just don't have the same rights. Just saying. All right, 7:23 this morning. The Daily Brew. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us. More 5 News this morning coming up.